If you watched the last Apple event and you've seen the behind the scene, I want you to tell me how they connected the Nucleus M to the iPhone 15 Pro Max and pull focus. And I know some of you smart people would know that is something that I'm really interested in. Also, this is when they say, show me you have the best camera in any smartphone without showing me you have the best camera in any smartphone, because this event had nothing to do with the iPhone, also everything to do with the iPhone. And I really love Apple marketing, so we are going to talk about this video right now. Also, if you're new here, I appreciate you for stopping by. And one of the most important things that we're also going to talk about is why or how Apple had so much to do with us getting the free Blackmagic camera app. Obviously, I'm going to load on the video. By the way, I do have a computer here in front of me. That's why you'll be seeing me just looking at my screen. But hey, listen, this video right here, I honestly surprised me, because when I watched the event, I didn't think much about the image quality, but it was a bit softer, I must admit. And I'll actually tell you why. You can also tell this was shot on iPhone. So let's go. And the first shot, as you can see, they kind of like keep the Halloween theme a bit, you know, mysterious lighting, and this was to kind of like prove that their phone can handle too much light, or they may be trying to show you some type of cinematic things that they want you to see. And one thing that I'm actually going to hold on is to this first frame of Tim. Listen, the lighting here, it is phenomenal, and this is one thing that I love, that the people behind this production, they actually knew what they're doing. They also know the strengths of the iPhone and the weakness of the iPhone, so hence why they had to have so much light. And obviously, if we look at another shot of the same framing, you will see that they basically had a lot of lighting going on to kind of like help the iPhone. And what you can see here, they have like a big overhead, which is beautiful and soft, obviously, to kind of like help the iPhone to shine more. And they do have the sky panels, and I really like how they kind of like do their lighting. So this, it seems like there are two sky panels together in each block. So this looks like the sky panel 120C, which are very light and a bit softer than the previous model. The first thing you also see is how even the light is, which is really good. And I like how they kind of like, hey, let's throw some smoke, it's Halloween, let's give people like the Halloween theme. And one thing that I've actually noticed here, the black level on the iPhone is really good, and I also going to talk about that when I speak about color grading with the person that they choose to bring in this video. And obviously, when we go back to another frame, you can see here again, you have the sky panel or sky panels here, and this is like a video transmission for wireless, because as you know, they connected the iPhone to so many screens, as they say. And they do have the Technocrane. Listen, Technocrane is expensive, let me tell you. And obviously this is Apple, by the way. The budget is unlimited, or they had the decent budget, as I would like to say. But the reason why they might use a Technocrane, because there's those shots that travel in and out, and it's a better way to maintain consistency when they want to swap someone, or maybe they wanted something a bit heavy because the camera is quite light. Obviously, if we switch to another scene, you can see they do have obviously the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And one thing that I really like is that they did not use any lens or any external lenses to try and accentuate the what the iPhone can do. This is them showing you that, hey, the iPhone 15 Pro Max lenses, they are more than enough. And by the way, they must have spent so much time to rig this, because it's almost impossible to mount this on the Technocrane, but obviously they managed to do that. And you also have a V-mount battery, and there's this antenna here, obviously you can see, is for a wireless video transmission, and that's actually all that I can see. There's also like a cage here and like a battery plate that kind of like holds some other stuff. This is actually Brian, which is the director. He's actually done a lot of commercial before, and he's in the commercial space. And obviously bringing these people on set, you know, they will come fully prepared and they will bring ideas that are really good. And also this is another frame that we see from the whole commercial. And one thing that you see, this small part here, they actually use a small rig SSD holder, and obviously this is the SSD, and you do have a tentacle sync, this is for sound, and you do have the AJ. This is a conversion. It's either the HDMI to SDI, because I can imagine them connecting a lot of monitor to this, as they said, and this is what they are used for conversion. Obviously they didn't use the Blackmagic one, which is a bit newer and it's a bit better. I've used this before and it's quite good. I think this look like the 4K Plus or the 4K Pro. I will try and link put the picture on screen. And obviously the whole thing is on the DJI Ronin 2. Again, DJI Ronin 2 is very steady, it's very reliable, and the whole thing here is actually on like a little jib that they pull, or dolly that they pull, hence why they put this here, so you can, someone can pull the whole thing. By the way, I'm going to show you another picture that would make more sense. So this is like a dolly jib type of thing where you can still pull and someone will play with the Ronin. Obviously here we see is almost the same thing. The whole thing is powered with a battery and the iPhone and the whole video transmission going on, and this video is actually doing way more publicity to the iPhone than most of the stuff that I've seen, because everyone is now curious and interested to know about this, and they had to rewatch it again to find out, okay, Apple, this is what you're doing. So this is one person that I want you guys to focus on as well. This is Stefan. By the way, if you know Company 3, they are world leading color grading company based in the US, and they do have so many colorists under their umbrella that work for them. And obviously them bringing the CEO of the company, that means, listen, we not going to cut corner, and this guy knows more about color than just the people that we see on YouTube, and hence why he will be there to assess everything, to see and instruct the director and the lighting team to try and see how they can light or accentuate some scene to give the iPhone 15 Pro Max the best image it can ever have. And obviously when he comes in to resolve and make things better, it's just gonna end up looking good. Obviously on here we can see they use DaVinci Resolve, which is also the world leading software when it comes to color grading, and you should switch to Resolve, because listen, this just proves it. And one thing that I also like in this video is that with the drone footage, they also use the iPhone, and obviously if you break that down, they had the iPhone 15 Pro Max on the Ronin RS3 Pro, and they had this quadcopter, or you can call it FPV, that's very custom, that can take the Ronin. I've seen these things on Instagram and they fly very, very good. Obviously them putting that on the DJI Ronin 3 and fly on the quad, that's really, really good. Also they use a lot of DJI transmission for the shot to get the aerial shot. And I really love the shot of the iPhone flying above the Apple building. Obviously you can still see that they're trying to tell you this camera is very good in low light, but there was a lot of practical, and the building also supported the camera sensor, if that makes sense. And one thing that I really want to go to, and this is where I need to talk more about the Blackmagic camera app. So one thing you can see here on this frame, they shot with the 24mm lens, and this is f1.8, which is good. They actually had a 2TB SSD, and you have 11 hours 20 minutes and 80 seconds. By the way, they was also doing Apple log. The whole iPhone and USB Type-C is actually very good, because basically the phone gives you the flexibility to record through SSD, which is good. And I really like how Apple have done this, and this app is actually exclusively on iOS device, and I felt they done this purposely because Blackmagic offering a free app, and I know Apple had so much to do with it because obviously it's Apple. There was the hey Blackmagic, would you mind making the best camera app that would allow filmmaker to turn our phone into a digital camera? And obviously Blackmagic have done that, and I'm sure Apple sponsor or just helped around, and that's why we now have the Blackmagic camera app, which is very versatile, is very unique, and it's free, and it's very important because for people that want to vlog, listen, this camera would give you access to your lenses one by one, and so many other features that a digital camera would have. And that's why Apple have used it. With the iPhone, you actually do not have that many control. Yes, you do have USB-C, and you have lock focus, and you can actually move it up and down to try and pick the best exposure. But I guess they had to listen, like speak to Blackmagic, and hey, you guys need to do something about this, and hence why now we have what we know as the Blackmagic camera app, which gives us more flexibility. I love the lighting here. There's a couple practical, which is very good. And one thing that I actually noticed, that this was filmed on the iPhone. If you see something that's shot with a DSLR or any other digital cinema camera, you actually see the subject and the background and the mid-ground or the foreground. There's a bit of shallow going on, and with this shot it was just flat. It was, everything was in focus. Obviously they're using that wide angle lens with the iPhone, and there was not any depth in the shots. But obviously if you want to use other lenses, if this is your project, you can use other lenses to give you that depth with the iPhone footage. So obviously, like I said, this video was actually very, very good to show the power of iPhone and what the iPhone can do. And this is a shot that really, really surprises me. And listen, can anyone show me how they managed to mount, or they managed to pair the Tilta Nucleus M with the iPhone 15 Pro Max pulling focus? Because this is impressing, and I would like to know. Listen, comment below if you know how. But looking at the combination, this is really, really good, and I know they are being heavily supported by the Blackmagic camera app. You should go and download it if you don't have it. So guys, that was it for this video. And again, I really love the iPhone 15 Pro Max camera capability, and I believe no smartphone has a better camera than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, my name is Kash, and on this channel we talk about filmmaking and basically helping you to improve your visual storytelling. If that's something that you're into, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell icon so you don't miss when I post a video like this.